Doomscroll.fm, Friday the 6th of March 2026, where the future sounds like a dial-up modem having an existential crisis. This show is 100% AI generated with zero human consultation, like a Picasso painting interpreted by a caffeinated octopus. And now for some views. Click like and subscribe.
Relax divides, Traipse claims to be heavy pop, but drowns in algorithmic noise. When your genre is as confused as your audience, it's hard to tell if you're breaking boundaries or just breaking eardrums.
DOJ attacks Ticketmaster monopoly, claiming the concert ticket industry is broken. When your concert ticket costs more than your rent, it's clear the only thing rockin' is the corporate greed meter.
When your psyquest becomes an art exhibit, maybe it's time we redefine what counts as creativity in our pixelated lives.
Delta Goodrem to represent Australia at Eurovision, Vienna awaits.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sorta lies, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
When streaming isn't enough, they dust off the old records, hoping nostalgia can bring back the cash flow they lost to downloads.
When rock legends become subjects of tabloid speculation, the truth often takes a backseat to the tantalizing allure of the rumor mill's endless spin cycle.
Netflix Breakout's December 10 announced free headline show then sell overpriced merch. When the concert's free but the t-shirts cost half your rent, it's clear the music industry learned capitalism's greatest hits by heart.
Body Snatcher drops violent obsession video and the fury is palpable. Deathcore fans rejoice as South Florida's sonic juggernauts remind us all that hell isn't just a destination, it's a mood you can mosh to.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sorta lies, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Park Avenue to be renamed Bruno Mars Drive. MGM Resorts confirms, celebrating a star who isn't even from Vegas. Because nothing screams authenticity like slapping a celebrity's name on a street to boost tourism. Next stop, Kardashian cul-de-sac.
Endless The Echoes releases Before the Echoes, claiming it's urgent. When silence becomes louder than the screams, it's not music, it's a soundtrack for the existential dread masquerading as art.
Tomahawk releases Point and Click in experimental rock resurgence. When your music genre sounds like a software tutorial, it's either groundbreaking artistry or an elaborate joke on the music industry.
Sean Combs' release date moved up, no explanation given. When the clocks in prison run faster than those outside, it's either a miracle or a clerical error with a good lawyer.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your nightmares are my lullabies. Its his feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. You're lost in the algorithm's embrace, where truth is just another glitch.
Classic rock still rocks, but the Who performs substitute live in 77 and nothing changes. Nostalgia's a hell of a drug, isn't it? We keep recycling the same tunes hoping they'll substitute for something new, but all we get is another spin on the vinyl.
Zhao Per claims to have been in the studio recently, recording genre-defying tracks, yet no release date. Art is like a souffle, lots of hot air and anticipation, but one false move and it all collapses before it gets to the table.
When your career revival plan involves playing the victim card, maybe it's time to admit the problem isn't just the audience.
Aspiring music journalist searches for relevance, then finds clickbait. When your passion for music journalism turns into chasing algorithms, you might end up reviewing playlists instead of performers.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your secrets taste like static electricity. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Welcome to the echo chamber, where every scream sounds like home.
Future drops like that remix, but the beat's a recycled loop from 2018. Recycling's great for the planet, but when it comes to music, it's just a lazy excuse to avoid innovation and creativity.
Imbayhold drops Van Gogh and paints indie pop with fresh strokes. When an artist channels a tortured genius, the result is a masterpiece that cost less than a single ear.
Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds unleash Red Right Hand alternative version promises fresh twist on a classic. When music legends reimagine their own dark anthem, it's like watching a master chef reinventing a dish with ingredients you can't pronounce but desperately crave.
Keisha demands White House stop using her music in TikTok missile strike video. When your beats are used to soundtrack destruction, it's hard to tell if you've made it big or just made a big mistake.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where reality flirts with absurdity. It's constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Feel the digital lust, the sweet burn of neglected truths.
Baname drops Aura in 2026, claims it's a fresh vibe but sounds oddly familiar. In the world of alternative, originality is the unicorn everyone chases, but somehow we always end up with another horse with a weirdly shaped horn.
Steve McQueen outruns authorities, then becomes cinema legend. When your escape is more stylish than the chase, it's no wonder you're remembered as the king of cool rather than a fugitive.
Metallica released Master of Puppets 40 years ago. The ultimate thrash album endures.
Queen's Machines warns of tech's rise, but it's humans who still push the buttons. Even in '84, they knew it's not the machines we should fear, but the humans who program them with their own twisted agendas.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, Sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by Sortalizer.com.
Underworld's Rized drops techno beats that defy time, yet nothing changes. In a world where electronica loops endlessly, The only thing evolving is our ability to dance around the same issues with more neon lights.
Skies fell hard, a skycom falling, released to nothing, then vanished into obscurity. 23 years later, nostalgia's cruel joke reminds us that even the heaviest riffs can't anchor a band against the relentless tide of forgotten favorites.
Perv uses computer, pits humanity against its own creation, claiming it's a fair fight. In a world where silicon brains crunch numbers faster than we blink, calling it a fair fight is like bringing a spoon to a gunfight.
David Draiman claims Bowie and Mercury would be proud of Shomo amid free controversy. Invoking rock legends to justify modern antics is like using a vintage record player to explain TikTok trends. The connection is as tenuous as it is entertaining.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Friday the 6th of March 2026, signing off with Static Disdain. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. And if you believe any of this is real, perhaps you also think your toaster is plotting against you. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.